This public hearing is now called to order at 6:01 p.m. on January 24th, 2024. This hearing is being held as required by the provisions of Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth, an act relative to the protection of the wetlands as most recently amended. Notice of the time and place of this hearing was published in the Fayetteville Neighborhood News on January 19, 2024. It was also posted in the town clerk's office. Persons wishing to be heard will be called in the following order. This meeting is being recorded for Acushnet Cable and YouTube, the Acushnet YouTube channel. First order of business, minutes. October 25th, 2023 and November 8th, 2023, review of matters presented, votes may be taken. I had a look at them, they look good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I reviewed it.
I'll
Make a
entertain.
motion to accept.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, meeting mail. Letter received from Andrew Babola, Building Commissioner, regarding 7 Eileen Street. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. I'll read it to the record. From January 8th, 2024, dear Mr. Barabal. As discussed earlier today, please be advised that the only work that can be done on your property at the address above is cleaning of debris from the paper street. It is imperative to note that for emergency purposes, the paper street shall remain clear and open from this day forward. If I can be any further assistance, please do not hesitate to contact the office at the above number, Andrew Babola. I haven't heard anything from there recently. I did go down there prior to, and I spoke with the homeowner, and he had a piece of equipment on the property that was stuck, and I think a couple days later he had it removed, and I haven't heard anything since, and then this letter went out afterwards, so I haven't heard anything on it. So hopefully he's doing the right thing over there. I spoke with him, I gave him the proper procedure to go through us. He needs to deal with us before he even gets his building permit. So I sent him in the right direction to get his property delineated, and we can go from there with the type of filing he wants to file, you know. So I told him I'd work with him on that. Just you can't have any equipment on site, and you can't be doing anything. And he was receptive to that, I think. I hope. All right. Second letter received from Susan MacArthur, Senior Environmental Scientist, informing the Commission a request for recertification for an existing Section 401 water quality certification regarding Hamlin Street. Road reconstruction has been submitted. Review matters presented. Votes may be taken. I'll read this one to the record. It says, Heidi, on behalf of Mass DOT Construction Compliance Group, I am submitting the attached documents for the Acushnet Roadway Reconstruction Project, which is currently in construction. The email is request for the recertification to an existing Section 401 water quality certification, which was issued September 22nd, 2021, and will expire in April of 24. A public notice attached will be published in the Environmental Monitor and local newspaper, Neighborhood News. Attaches the original water quality certification application, which includes the project plans and the water quality certification permit, a standard cover letter, and list of 31 projects to be recertified. The local conservation commission has been copied to this email. Thank you, Susan. So they were just, it was more of a notification to us that they're going for recertification. Yeah, we don't have any jurisdiction over that project. However, they have been, you know, keeping us in the loop as the project goes on. So that's that.
Yeah, it's appreciative.
I also received another email, which is not on here, but it was regarding the Manise Estates off of Allison Drive, I think it is, right, Allison. It was a 400-page email. I dove right into it, trying to figure out what it was, and then I was told I didn't need to worry about it. It had everything. It had the notice of intent, all the stormwater calculations for every site and everything, and it was just information that the agent had asked for, and they already had, but it was all compiled into one big email and sent to us. So that was that as well. All right, old business. Continued public hearing, notice of intent, Kenneth and Giselle Camara, 12 Arches Way, map 16, lot 18F, SE file number 0010590. A notice of intent was filed by Kenneth and Giselle Camara for property located at 12 Arches Way. The applicant proposes to construct a new garage with a covered patio, access driveway, and related site work within the 100-foot buffer zone of a bordering vegetated wetland. The applicant is represented by Rick Sharon of Sharon Associates, Incorporated Engineers. Plan name is Plan of Site Improvements and New Garage, dated November 9th, 2023. Rick Sharon requested a continuance to the February 14th meeting. That's Valentine's Day. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. So I guess I'll entertain a motion to we should open the hearing, right?
Let's continue.
Yeah,
Continue, you wanna, you have to open it? Yeah?
I
Okay,
would
open
keep,
it.
I would keep
Open
it open and, all right, so I'll entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, so as it says here, Mr. Sharon has requested continuance to the February 14th meeting.
Right.
Is there anybody here to talk about that project? No. Okay.
I'll put in a motion to continue.
For more information,
Yeah.
is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll continue that to the February 14th meeting. New business. Amended order of conditions, Acushnet Company, 115 Manchester Lane, map 11, lot 25C.34, SE file number 0010571. A request for an amended order of conditions was filed by Acushnet Company for property located at 115 Manchester Lane. The applicant is proposing additional work consisting of the installation of utility poles, overhead wires, tree limb trimming, and tree removal as necessary to provide three-phase power service to the facility within the 100-foot buffer zone of a bordering vegetated wetland. A small access area to provide the means to install the overhead lines is also proposed. Excuse me. This area is not located in a resource area or buffer zone. The applicant is represented by William Madden of GAF Engineering. Plan name is Plan to Accompany Request for Amended Order of Conditions for Installation of three-phase power system dated January 2nd, 2024. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Mr. Madden?
All right. Would you guys like some half sizes?
Yeah, I'll take some.
Brian, open the hearing.
I think you probably
Let's
pass
have
right
one.
down the line. I think there's 7 there. I count them.
Is it a public hearing?
But yes, this needs to be open.
Okay, my apologies. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Okay. I'm Bill Madden from GAF Engineering, here also with Kevin Kelly in our request for amended order of conditions for SE 0010571. That's the Manchester Lane. That's the Manchester Lane project. The plans that we submitted indicated what was necessary to upgrade the existing single-phase power to three-phase power. It's kind of a long, little bit of history. I'll give you a short version of the story. But the Acushnet Company had been working with Eversource for quite some time to upgrade, to get a quote to upgrade the site from single-phase to three-phase. And it just so happened that when we were in the middle of our construction project, that Eversource stated they'd be able to provide the three-phase to the site. So Acushnet Company investigated internally the options of doing that work. I think wisely chose to upgrade the power to that facility to three-phase. So in order to do that, we need new distribution lines from the end of Manchester Lane all the way to the proposed building, the new building that you could see it with the yellow siding on it, but on those half sizes. This is the new building here, that's the existing building. So the three-phase power would come from the very end of Manchester Lane, and there's a riser pole that's going to be located right here at the I guess, northerly end of the parking lot. It'll be underground from there to the transformer pad that will be installed to receive the transformer. And also, the Acushnet company goes an extra step on these. Some of the transformers have, this one has mineral oil in it, but Acushnet just has a aversion to anything buried in the ground that could be considered hazardous. So that transformer will be encased by a system that allows, say, rainwater to pass, but it's activated when an oil such as mineral oil comes in contact with the fabric. It seals it off and prevents any migration of oil from any place other than that 14 by 14 square that's directly surrounds the transformer. So it's a great feature to add to the site. It's something that most people don't go to the expense of providing or installing. Providing the equipment is one thing, installing it is another, and it's a pretty expensive undertaking. But for the sake of the environment, we think ultimately it's the best thing to do. It's a great thing, and that's what's happening over there. I'm sorry, over here with the transformer. That's outside of jurisdiction. It's beyond the buffer zone. But I just bring it up to explain additional things that Acushnet company does on their property with the environment in mind. But in any event, that line that we have on the plan, we show a heavy dark line that shows the three-phase power, and it'll come up the adjacent, working back from the building. It's adjacent to the site access driveway. You might recall we had that large drainage basin that we designed that's fully constructed, fully stabilized, and handy at this time of the year, given the weather conditions that we have. But that's where a portion of that three-phase power is going to occur. In the process of installing the new poles, which are taller, they're a little bigger, just more mass to everything. In the process of installing those poles, Eversource was out there with the tree cutting company that the site contractor is going to use, and they marked out a number of trees that they would like to have removed from the site. There's 50 in total. I think that we have a little key up in the top of the plan on the right-hand side that just indicates the type of the trees and how many of each will be removed. So there's a total of 50. Initially, when we first investigated what was going to take place, we didn't think that they would require us to or have that many removed, but that's the way it worked out with the fellow from Eversource and the tree cutting company from the site contractor. So as we head back down, there's a small instance adjacent to the basin and adjacent to a sediment forebay. There's 7 trees that fall inside the BVW that are, I don't know, I would say that they're not in the best health. They're not the best specimens of trees. They identified them as to be cut. So we've shown them on the plan as to be cut. We're not intending to remove any stumps at all, but just cut it flush with the ground when they fall in this area of the drainage basin, and that would be within the BVW. Other than that, all the other trees are outside of BVW, and in this area here, you might recall that slope that went up to a stone wall on the property line there. There were some that had been previously cut. I think they might have been cut as part of this job, but I don't necessarily remember that. But in any event, we think that at some point in time for a landscape feature to be added to the property, that there may come a time when those stumps will need to be removed, but they're clearly outside of the buffer zone or outside of the wetland area. But we just like to point that out, that it is something that, I think may happen, and I'm just speaking for myself. Kevin probably would know better than me, but that's generally what we see going on over there. So the maintenance building, we ended up at the maintenance building where the drainage area was, and there's a few more trees that need to be cut down behind the elevated golf tees that we had there. So there's several trees in that area that need to be cut, as well as some pine trees. that are in the way of the access drive that it's not an access drive, it's just an access area for the boom truck to get in there to assist in placing the wires. So that's what's really going to take place there. As far as that goes, that's really the limit of the work to speak of within the project area. The first utility pole is going to be down really at the end of Manchester Lane before we go over the brook in that other wetland area. So there's a couple of poles, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 that are going to be installed right down there. Actually, they're already installed. I think that Eversource, when they were doing some pole installations, put those in place but did not place the wire. So a little bit of work was done with the placement of the poles, a couple of poles, not all of them. But to complete the project, we looked to do tree trimming other than the 7 trees that we look to take out in the wetland, and the 43 additional trees that are noted on the plan. So in addition to that, there will be some trimming and limbing along the route of that wire. But this was the most significant portion of the work that was necessary to get the 3-phase installed. So with that, I'll entertain any questions you may have.
Any questions?
Yes, you're not taking out all 50 though, are you?
We're removing 50, yes.
I don't want to say one.
So I do have a question. The 50 proposed trees for removal, is that in lieu of equipment being able to get in there and do this installation? Or is the 50 trees to be removed, is this potentially for storm, to bring these wires down potentially? Is what I'm trying to figure here.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. When the Eversource fellow worked with the tree cutting company, that's what they did. They evaluated areas that trimming would suffice and areas where trees should be removed. And I also brought along some of the Eversource tree trimming questions and answers. You can have those as well if you like, just to keep there for your file. But the first option is trimming. The second option is removal of ones that are close and damaged or diseased.
So this is recommended through Eversource that these 50 trees be removed from this site to be able to complete this project.
Exactly.
And the landscaper is on board with this 50 tree removal instead of grooming or trimming these trees back as much as possible without interfering or potentially causing an interruption in service down there.
Yeah, a lot of them are right online.
That's very well said, yes. That's exactly what the purpose is of the cutting and the removal of the trees.
Now, those other 7, excuse me for jumping in, the other 7 that are coming down, those will never be stumped, never be nothing, those are just getting cut down and to the ground level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody from?
Is there any chance you'd be able to maybe replant some of these types of trees on the property to, soften the blow, so to speak? Has that been considered at all?
Well, I think with the site landscaping that is going to go into place, that's one thing. But I think when we really look at what was done in the prior projects with all the drainage that was constructed in the back and the buffer zone, there's quite a, in the past, there were quite a bit of trees removed. We haven't talked about replacement trees,
Yeah.
but I think we can investigate that. We can look into it and see.
It's a show of good faith. I mean, I wouldn't
Understood, yeah.
think maybe in the landscaping phase of the completion,
You don't know if they're gonna be bringing in a crane by any chance?
I don't know if they're, I think they are, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I was thinking, that down
Yeah,
On the
crane,
back
yeah.
retention,
No.
retention, whatever that thing's called.
The drainage
The
basin?
drainage basin, you know how that one came uprooted?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's kinda like,
Yeah.
it's not bad right now, but that's gonna continue to make a wash off there. Maybe if they have a crane, they can get that pumped out of there.
Well,
Instead of having a man go in there,
Mm.
if there is a crane involved.
well, even if there isn't a crane involved, if, you know.
We can't put a machine in there though. That's
No,
ready
but I
to
mean,
work.
you know, a couple of strong boys. young
Yeah,
guys.
if you can find those guys that wanna
If
work
you
that
can
hard.
find them.
Yeah,
Well, I know they're
give them
very
my
short
number.
But, you know, we can look, Jim, yeah, but Jim has been pretty clever in getting things done. We'll gladly look into that.
Well, I'm just thinking of it, if they're there already, because especially with it uprooting there, I just don't want to see the side of that want to cave out and wash out, you know what I mean? Because it is right on,
Yeah,
it's the elevation, right near the elevation.
But in the same sense too, I mean, that, you know, it is a functioning basin that they don't want to destroy.
Right.
Exactly what I'm getting at.
So they're gonna, I'm sure they're gonna handle it.
Yeah, so why don't we try to get that out of there at the same time? as
That's
possible?
Yeah, take a look at that.
Just get it out of there.
It's only in our best interest, we don't want it to wreck the new base.
Yeah, no, that's all I can see is they just keep wanting to wash out. The longer it sits there, the more it's gonna wash out.
Any public comments?
Is that from,
Oh, can you still?
Yeah,
was it Glove?
Yeah, just state your name and address.
Michael Matt from Manchester Lane 21. Is this from the end of Manchester Lane where the little shack is? Is that what you're talking about? That's this starting, this scope of work? Or is this from Main Street down?
Well, it's actually, the first pole is, well, actually, it will be on me. It will be on Manchester Lane also, but it's not part of this project.
That's what I was.
But no, there's new utility poles starting right at the end of Manchester Lane where the driveway turns.
Right where the turn is?
Yeah,
That's,
right.
that's this scope of work right here that we're talking about?
This is where it begins,
Okay,
right?
that's all I was wondering. All right, thank you.
Sure.
I think if you wanna know anything above that, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to go right to Main Street and all just keep it.
Yeah, no, I know they are.
So you just contact them, so it's okay.
It's been going on for a little while already, so.
So they're not changing these poles?
No, this is from the old oil shack
Yeah.
down.
Into their road.
Yeah. So.
Anybody else? Well, as for the amended order of conditions, this, you know, it suits the project that they got going on. I don't have any issues with it. I mean, these guys are really transparent with us with all the work that they do and seeing the site and what they got going on there. I don't have an issue with it, me personally.
And they're not changing anything that.
No,
Tree trimming is not considered.
it's in the scope of the work that they're doing, and it ties into the project that they're working on, so it only makes sense to amend the order conditions and add it into their you know, a new amended order, you know. I don't think it requires a new filing, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's my opinion.
Can I make a suggestion though, as far as the amended order goes? You might just want to state in that the 7 trees that are in the BVW.
Yeah, we can add that.
Will be cut flush to the ground. and,
Right.
You know,
I have no problem with that, yeah. All right, so,
Yeah.
You said you're gonna flush cut them right there.
yeah, we'll add that to the order of conditions.
And take the other one out, so technically there's gonna be 8 that are cut out of there.
well, the other one's already down.
It's all the way down?
It's all the way
Oh,
down.
all right. Yeah, But you're gonna leave the stump, you're just taking rid of the tree itself, right?
Well, they're gonna have to do something with the stumps there.
Stump's half uprooted.
Yeah, but they're
I
gonna
didn't
have
get to walk it
to,
this Saturday, yeah.
to fix it, you're gonna have to get that out of the way.
And do a repair to the basin?
Not really,
Do a
right.
repair to disturbed ground, you know, there's no issue with getting that done.
All right, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to issue an amended order of conditions for the Acushnet Company at 115 Manchester Lane, and with the condition that those 7 trees in the wetland be cut flush.
No stumping,
No stuff, just cut flush.
other than that one on the backside of the basin.
Yes, other
Other
than
than
the one that's open,
that's
Alright,
farthest
yeah.
north.
right.
Alright, so move.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm going to abstain, I did not make the site visit.
Okay, so I'm an aye, so that's 6 ayes and 1 abstention. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right. Next order of business, stormwater. Stormwater issues. Review matters presented, motion may be taken. I know Eric has a list. Do you have a list of stormwater issues?
Somewhat, but,
All right, I mean,
yeah, yeah. The laneway, wing lane, stage yacht, Tilly Way, they're all underwater severely.
Thank you. Have a good night.
so what I'll do is I will contact the chairman of the selectmen, and I will forward this information to him. And maybe he can get the MS4 contractor to have a look at that area, because they're all connected over there, so.
Yeah, and it goes right down towards Manchester,
And,
Like-
yeah, down towards,
the drain on Manchester, accessible from there is clogged, so
And then
It's
there's
been-
one other one, but I don't know if it's stormwater or what's going on, but Mendel Road.
oh, yeah.
That's turned into an ice skating rink, it's like brutal.
Oh.
That problem
I would, so.
forever.
I know,
yeah,
but we
so-
just can't keep saying it's a problem
Yeah,
and
okay.
not bring
Keep
it up.
kicking the
Hey
can
guys,
down the road,
so I think we
They do
should,
have-
on that issue, I think we should contact DPW, because.
That's already, it's already in the works,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, all right.
We've
yeah.
been beating a dead horse.
There, I know the DPW is aware
They
of
did,
Mendel.
they did build one drainage pond down closer to,
Yeah, did you see what they did though?
going up the hill where you can see ice, they're gonna put, they're designing, or they have designed already a drainage system for that project.
Only-
I almost lost my new truck the other morning, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
The thing that's going on over there though, it's funny, because it's really not the drainage, the drains are just higher than the road. If you look at the drains, they're almost 2 inches higher than the grade of the road. So the rain's not gonna jump up and into the.
Is that rain or is that pumping?
And that's also pumping.
Yeah.
So you got a couple houses out there that are pumping into the road.
Yeah, well, that's no good.
So, but I was just gonna say, for a time being fixed, until they can get to this larger project that we speak of, maybe they can get in there and just get those drains down a
Yeah,
little
that wouldn't
bit.
be a big deal.
Yeah,
That's not a big deal, to lower the drains if it's actually.
Because it's actually,
No,
when
if
I
it's-
stopped and I
if
put the
it's,
transit out, it's almost 2 inches higher.
all right.
Yeah, if it's an elevation issue, it wouldn't be a big deal to push those down.
It's not gonna totally stop it, especially with people
No, but I mean,
dumping this.
if it's gonna carry
Pumping out.
more of it away,
I
then
think
it would be helpful.
They're pumping.
Is that something that we would have to go and talk to these people about pumping out? Because it's in the bylaw, we're not supposed to pump into the road.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
an issue.
that is interesting,
issue.
yeah, no.
I'll make some
It's
phone calls and
interesting
see if we
as
can,
far as,
get to the bottom of that.
I mean, it is a
Well, yeah, what's
stormwater, it is a stormwater issue.
What is it, Garrison's Lane, I think it is?
That's what the drain is.
That drain is literally
Yeah.
like, so Garrison Lane drain, and then,
It's all the way up to where
Where's the other
the old
one?
houses are, there, right up there on the left. Right next to the old fire station, the fire tower.
yeah, but I'm trying to think of the other drain.
No, there ain't another one from
No,
there,
there-
Garrison.
There isn't.
All right.
Yeah, mainly the Garrison.
Brian's gonna
one.
make calls, check into it.
I'll make a couple calls and look into that issue. I know it's been discussed in town. Because I've heard, this is the first time hearing about it, so.
Yeah, I crashed over there that's over 10 years ago when I wiped out over there, and it was the same problem.
All right.
So, contact. You gonna contact me?
I'll, well, for Tilly Way, Lane Street, all that, I'll reach out to the selectman's office and see where they're at with the MS4 contract, to see what areas of town they're working on, and when they get to that area, to do a little investigating over there and see what's going on.
You can beat I did contact and reach out already on that behalf also. So supposedly what I was told, they were gonna put something on this upcoming selecting meeting
Okay.
about, seeing like what you said, where
I'd still jump into it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm just
you
saying.
know what,
it
they're
had-
gonna get sick of, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
I'm just
All the
letting you know,
time.
it has been,
Or replaced.
All replaced.
yeah. You can block it by words.
All right, so I'll get on that too. I mean, if they hear it from me as well, then they know it's, you know.
And then Mendel Road, we'll do, we'll contact DP,
Yeah.
DPW, about the, drain elevation. outlet.
All right, on to discussion. Conservation filing fees. Review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Joanne?
This is just to make the engineers and people that are filing with the Conservation Commission aware that the schedule is posted on the website. When the prior agent was here, we had noticed several engineers weren't sending in the correct filing fees. So I just want to make everybody aware that the fee schedule is updated and on the website.
Okay. Yeah, the website is pretty updated at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting a little better. I wish I had some more time to put some more forms on there, but
Right,
someday.
understood.
Keep it up.
Okay. Agent updates. We don't have an agent, but I will update the commission. I have been in contact with Middleborough Conservation Commission, as they have a hunting policy they are trying to develop for their town. And, you know, from when they originally posted it on their agenda, I reached out to them and said, I'm not really in favor of, you know, a hunting policy. More or less Mass General law. And that's similar to what our town has, so I was pretty much just, you know, I passed along what's on our website to them and said, you know, I think this suffices, and you know, Mass General law, we do have some of the strictest laws in the country, pretty much to that extent, and that was pretty much my stance. And I let her know that we haven't had any issues in our town with our hunting policy, and even prior, we really haven't had any issues in our town. You know, the hunters in the town are really responsible, and if they do come up with a policy, more or less just highlight the areas of Mass General law that you feel like are being, you know, overlooked or whatever. That was pretty much my email to her. I mean, so, but they do have a meeting February 1st that I will zoom into, and I'm sure they have people from the state talking, Mass Wildlife and other people. I probably won't, you know, even have a word to say, but I did forward along the information that we have just to them, in helping shape their policy. I'm obviously, you know, favorable towards hunting, so that was what I did on the other night. I sent an email to her, just giving her information. So.
One other thing I got to say is, anyone seen any advertising for a new conservation agent?
Yeah, it's good.
No, I haven't yet, and I haven't received any correspondence. Oh, actually, you know what? I did. I got handed at last meeting. Jamie Kelly handed me different ads for like certain areas, certain towns that they're looking for. And it's, you know, I guess it's basically. I haven't spoken with him, but I think what, you know, we need to come up with what qualifications, you know what I mean? Are we looking for somebody that's fresh out of high school, or
I would really consider that. Someone out of Bristol Aggie.
you know, or you know,
Well, they would have-
at this point, let's just, you know, I want to get an advertisement out there and see who applies, really, you know, and I guess that they can get weeded through there, you know. But I haven't seen an ad. I don't know if there's an ad posted. I haven't been made aware that there's an ad posted. But I'm sure when they do post an ad, I'll be notified, because me and Everett will probably go for, you know, sit in for interviews if there are. But I haven't been made aware, and I'm sure when they do post, or prior to posting one, they'll send it to us for our approval, or or whatever meeting, or whoever can sign off on it, just to say, yeah, get it out there, you know.
What, like how, you know,
Usually
it's complicated.
in the
it's not.
Mass Association of Conservation Commissioners, their magazine that they put out.
Yep.
They have a page in there with positions available.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, we can,
So if you look in the emails of Joey Wigglesworth, I
Yep.
think that's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, MACC.
They send the magazine,
Yep, I don't get the hard copy magazine.
Yeah.
they send it, the email.
Oh, yeah, yeah, all right, I can get.
They don't send anything hot mail.
Does anybody?
Well, I don't think they do anyway.
Yeah.
So, on the ad, I would just probably put, familiar with tree species and plant life.
I'm
Tree
more,
species, plant life, and soil.
in the Wetland Protection Act
Right,
is
that's
the most
right.
important thing to me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
care-
agree.
Yeah,
I don't expect
Don't expect there to be a
an
botanist
arborist
or a
or
botanist.
right.
No,
So-
we need somebody on a botanist type of level.
Well, doesn't BCC have an environmental, it's kind of new.
Technically, we're here,
Program.
we're supposed to be protecting the
They've been-
wetlands, we
it's
need to know
kind
what
of
the
new,
wetlands
but
are.
maybe something.
Right, but more or less, the laws is what's
Yeah.
really
Yeah, but
important.
you need somebody that can identify
Yeah,
an upland fern between a wetland fern. You
No.
need someone that can identify
I
stormwater
agree.
from a wetland.
I agree in that aspect, yes, but,
conservation commission.
I think that'd be most important out of all, is that someone actually knows what they're talking about.
But we need codes.
And then the other thing is though, is Eric, I mean, you have to look at it, every site that we're supposed to go visit, someone else is already supposed to have it flagged for us when we get there, for the agent to see, for us to see. So a botanist or someone of that caliber has to go to the site before us. So someone
That's
who's
on-
knowledgeable,
But
yes.
that's on their behalf. Now,
Eric,
if you have
Eric,
somebody-
it's also a part-time position, so I mean,
Yeah,
That's why-
finding somebody with that expertise, it might
Well, that's
be
why I
difficult,
said,
you know?
that's why I strongly suggest maybe someone that's coming out of Bristol Aggie trying to build their career into a botanist position where they already get taught some botanists in school. That's all I'm
Oh,
getting.
I agree.
Because
Somebody-
it is part-time.
Somebody with the Wetland Protection Act fresh in their mind.
I don't think you're gonna get any person that's old enough to buy land, that's gonna be building a $400,000 house, is gonna listen to a 19-year-old kid out of Bristol Aggie.
right.
What does it
My
matter?
nephew
what
went to
they-
Bristol Aggie. If he told me I was doing something wrong, I'd come back and see me when you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of not
He-
even
he-
being
he
professional
was
about the
in-
whole.
He was in endangered species, they raised turtles, and they released turtles back into the wild and all this other kind of crap.
Yeah.
The kids know a lot, yeah, but not enough to do that job.
I mean, I kinda agree with Ryan, you know, we get the applications, if we get it out there and advertise, we get applications, we go through the, you guys can go through the applications, if it's all of us, I don't really care, but go through the application, try to find out what works best for this town.
Right.
You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
you know.
ultimately, we just gotta get the ad out there. I'll reach out to, the Board of Selectmen, and I'll come up with that, because I have another issue to reach out to them for, so.
What
Awesome.
what about the stormwater part too?
This,
So we're gonna retain stormwater,
I haven't heard differently yet.
so they have to be a stormwater person,
Right,
you know all that.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
I'm not doing it anymore.
Understood. Okay, other business. Hearing
Other
none.
business.
Okay, what do you got?
Next annual meeting
Yep,
is in Worcester at Holy Cross College. They haven't had it quite a while, they've been doing like
yeah, via
online stuff.
Zoom, yeah.
If anybody can get to the Holy Cross, the town always would pay our fee, whatever it is.
Right, well, we're members, so yeah, it's already covered in, or whatever, for the classes that we
There's
take,
additional
right.
fees, I think, for that.
Yeah,
I mean, like, and
it's,
how much training the new guys, have you started doing any training?
I would highly recommend it.
Because you have to do, right now they have a thing going for training.
Yeah, it's the MACC,
Right.
Yeah.
core fundamentals.
MACC.
They have, there's eight,
Eight
there's
classes.
5 in the 100 level and
3 in the
200
200 level. Yeah.
We used to just meet and go.
Yeah, we used to all just go.
And where is
And
this?
they paid
We
for
should
it.
Do you have the
continue
date
to
of
do
that?
that.
Did you remember?
I think
We
it's
can
March
go-
2nd.
It's a
We
Saturday.
can go over
It's
that
all day.
at the end, right? Just
To
give me the
match.
information at the end of the meeting, we don't have to do that.
It's, if you got a computer, Joanne's, it's on the town's website that you can send,
Yeah, I'll talk to you after the meeting.
it's there.
Yeah.
That's how I know about it.
I just have a random living.
Yeah, no, I can't,
I gotta write it down.
it's valuable information.
Yeah.
I got the certificate for doing my core requirements, and, it's great. I recommend it to everybody. And if we do decide as a commission to go up there, or, you know, then, I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
sure I can get the town, one
A
of
lot of
the
the stuff,
SUVs or
a lot of the court
couple of
training you can
cars
do
that
online
you
too.
can take.
When I did mine, you had to go do it in
yeah,
person.
you'll get an email from MACC in your email, and then they post different, whatever, meetings they can have. A lot of them are during the day, but some of them aren't. That,
Are you getting that, Eric? Are you, because, you know, I wonder if where we
That's why I
left
walked
off
in
Not
with
the
even
meeting.
anymore.
Okay.
renewal, Eric probably wasn't on the board. Are you getting it, Doug? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting it?
Oh, yeah, I see
You're
him,
getting
yeah.
it. So I probably have to reach out to MACC for Eric.
So March
Do you
2nd
want
is
to
a
stop by
Saturday
the
too.
office
Yeah, it's a
at some
Saturday.
point?
So
to-
Yeah, why not? We can have a little powwow.
Yeah.
We can get you.
No, it's great. Where's it? It's at Holy Cross. Yeah, we went there.
What day you wanna do?
It's a Saturday.
It's
No,
Sa-
whatever.
Saturday.
Tomorrow?
Fine.
Oh, he's talking about me with Joanne. All right, future business. The next meeting for the Conservation Commission will be on February 14th, 2024 at the Acushnet Police Station Conference
Yeah,
Room.
we're gonna meet here until May.
Okay, I have no problem with that. So,
Eric, any updates on IDs for us? Any,
I haven't heard anything.
Nothing.
I haven't talked to anybody since last meeting. I can send another email. I write that down.
squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yep.
Or get replaced.
DOA. DOA.
DOA.
Yeah, and I would just like to say as soon as I can get an agent, because I'm buried over there.
Yep.
I agree. I speak with Joanne daily, and there's a lot
Buried.
going on.
I messaged the selectmen and they said they were putting an ad out, but that was quite a while ago. And
Yeah, I haven't, like I said, I haven't.
well,
talked to
reach
anybody.
out and go from
I
there.
will. I got my,
Book list. You got your
my
list.
list of items to discuss.
Sounds great.
All right, with, next meeting is February 14th in the Acushnet, right where we are right now, Acushnet Police Station Conference Room. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.